Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Bri. I chose to film my foundation routine because it has been highly requested and it is my go-to foundation routine if you guys know you're gonna have a long day. These products will make your foundation stay all day. So I always start by doing my eyebrows first, just because I feel like it gives me something to start with. And then while I'm doing my makeup, I always keep my lips moisturized. And I use this lip shine. It's the Menthal lip shine from Bath & Body Works. So Juicy Jazz actually got me stuck on this. It is so good and moisturizes your lips so well. It has like a minty tingly sensation, which I love. You always want to start off obviously with a prepped and primed face. You always want to make sure you're cleansing, exfoliating, moisturizing. Skincare is so important. I feel like your skincare routine is what's going to make or break your makeup. So you really want to make sure you have a good skincare routine and you're taking really good care of your skin. Once I've prepped and primed my skin and done my eyebrows, I will go in with my favorite primer. I've been using this primer for years. It is the Hourglass Mineral Veil Primer, and as always, everything will be down in the description box. It's funny because if you go back to like my very first video back in 2016, it was my favorite makeup products, and I actually mentioned this primer, but the funny thing is that it was the like teeny size, like the travel size, because all I did was waitress back then. I was still a student and obviously I couldn't afford it because this is so expensive, but this is what's gonna make your makeup last all freaking day. And it honestly is a better buy if you just go ahead and purchase the full size, but you know, back then I didn't know. So these are the two foundations that I have been using for the longest time. It is the Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place Makeup. I mix these two together, but this is my self tan shade because I ran out of my other shade, and as you guys can see, I'm as pale as a ghost right now. So I'm just gonna go in with my Estee Lauder foundation. Then I am taking this Japonesque sponge. I recently discovered this sponge and it is pretty, it's basically like the Beauty Blender, but way cheaper. And I forgot to mention the shades, but the Frankie Rose foundation is in the shade Bare, and then the Estee Lauder foundation is in the shade 1W2 Sand. And then next I'll go in with concealer, and I have been loving the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. Who doesn't love this concealer? So I go in with the shade Fair Light Neutral and Light Medium. I don't like my concealer to be super bright, so I'm just like making a little triangle under. And then I know a lot of people like to highlight their nose area, their forehead, and their chin. I personally don't like to do that. I feel like my forehead is big enough. I don't need to highlight it anymore. I just like to do it under my eyes for that brightness. I also heard that e.l.f. came out with this new concealer that's supposedly a dupe for the Tarte Shape Tape. And I am so interested in trying that. Concealer is really good, but let's be real, it is so expensive. Now once that is blended, you obviously want to go ahead and set it. I've been using the Mercier translucent setting powder for years, but honestly I just tried the Makeup Revolution setting powder in Banana, and it's like $5 and it works so well, and it'll literally hold up all day. And then I'm just setting that with my sponge as well. So then I like to set the rest of my face with MAC Studio Fix foundation powder. And I like to do this because I have really long days. Typically I work anywhere from like 8 to 12 hours, and sometimes I don't even have time to look in the mirror or touch my makeup up. And by setting the rest of my makeup with this powder, it's just like double foundation. But I don't make it look cakey, and I'm going to show you guys how I do that. So I just take like a powder brush and I swirl it around, and then I will just kind of not really rub it, but more like push it into my skin. Once the rest of my makeup is set, I will go in with the Morphe JH07. This is from the Jaclyn Hill collection, and then I'll just wipe off the excess powder that I have. Now I'm gonna move into my bronzer. Usually I don't cream contour on a regular basis. Cream contour when I have like a special event going on, and when I do that, I will go in with the KKW Beauty contour stick in medium 2. For today's video, I'm just gonna go in with regular bronzer, and I have been loving this e.l.f. little bronzing palette, and it's really cheap and it works really good. If I don't go in with this, I'll usually go in with my Too Faced Chocolate Soleil palette, and I'm just taking the Morphe JH05 brush. I'm going to be taking this shade right here. So I love to be contoured, so I go a little crazy with this. I like to start off really slow and then build up. And then I like to go in to do my forehead and down here with the JH06 brush from Morphe, and this one's a lot less dense than the other one, so it's just going to kind of bronze it up. Pretty much switch up my brushes every day, but today I'm going to be going in with the Milani Baked Blush in Luminoso. I've been using this blush for years as well, and it's one of my favorites. It's just so pretty on, I feel like, every skin tone. So now what I like to do is I go in with this little makeup disposable sponge, and this is what I will use because I love the shape of it to cut my contour. I will usually let this powder sit while I put on my lashes, so I'm gonna go do that and I will be right back. So I just popped on some lashes and some mascara. These are the Jenny 69 Baddie B lashes in the style Baddie. I've been loving them, and the glue's still kind of wet and I haven't like pinched them together to make them closer, so I'm still waiting on those to dry. But I'm just gonna go ahead and wipe off this extra powder. Now what I've recently been loving is taking this KKW Beauty Brightening Eye Powder, and it is in the shade number 1, and I'm just taking a tiny bit, and I'm just gonna pop that underneath my eyes. So now the important part to get rid of the powdery cakiness. It still doesn't look, I wish you guys could see this in real life because it doesn't look as cakey as it may seem after all the products that I use. It doesn't look that powdery. So now I'm going to take this Mario Badescu facial spray. I'm sure you guys have it or have heard of it. It is very popular. This is just the cucumber and green tea. Anyone will do. You can also take like MAC Fix Plus or any basically spray for your face. This isn't meant to set your makeup. We're not setting the makeup just yet. This is just meant to get rid of the powderiness, and then we're also going to pop the highlight on when our skin is a little bit wet. So now your skin is a little damp. You want to take your sponge and you just want to pounce it in. And then your skin's still a little wet and you want to take a highlighter. I switch my highlighters every day, but today I'm going to be using the Wet n Wild's I'm So Lit highlighter. This highlighter is so freaking good for the price. It's like $4 or $5. It is a loose highlighter, that's the only thing. So this you especially want to do when your face is wet or wet your brush. I don't like wetting my brush. I feel like spraying my face first works best for me. And I'm just taking the JH09 brush by Morphe. So I'm just taking a little bit, and I'm not going to be rubbing it, okay? I'm just going to be kind of tapping it on. Slowly, once you feel that your skin is more on the dry side, then you can rub it in. But I feel like if you rub it in right away, you can kind of start to separate your makeup, which you don't want to do. So I'm just gonna squeeze my lashes together, make them blend with my natural lashes, and put some lip on, and I will be right back. Alright you guys, so you have seen all the products that I used to make this happen. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video and learned something. I will have all the products down in the description box. Don't forget to turn on your post notifications so you guys can get notified whenever I post my next video.